Hi, everyone, and welcome to Mindset Matters. I'm Emma.
And I'm Leo. It's great to have you with us today.
We're so excited to kick off our very first episode by diving into a topic that we both believe can truly transform lives: the power of positive thinking.
Indeed. In a world that often presents us with challenges, cultivating a positive outlook isn't just a nice idea, it's a vital tool. We'll be exploring why this mindset is so relevant for absolutely everyone, no matter your background or current situation.
So, Leo, when we talk about the power of positive thinking, what exactly does that mean? It's not just about being happy all the time, is it?
Absolutely not, Emma. That's a common misconception, actually. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring problems or pretending that difficult situations don't exist. It's much more nuanced than that.
I think many people assume it's just about putting on a brave face, even when you're feeling down. But you're saying it's deeper.
Precisely. It's fundamentally about how you approach those challenges. It's about cultivating a mindset that seeks solutions, opportunities, and growth even when faced with adversity. Instead of dwelling on what might go wrong, it's about focusing on what you can do to make things better with a hopeful and constructive attitude.
So it's about having that hopeful outlook even when things are tough and believing in your ability to navigate them.
Exactly. It's about seeing the glass half full, not in a naive way, but in a way that empowers you to act and find a path forward. It's a proactive mental stance.
So, Leo, it's really much more than just putting on a happy face, isn't it? When we talk about cultivating a positive outlook, we're discussing actual, tangible benefits that can deeply impact our lives.
Absolutely, Emma. It goes far beyond a momentary good mood. One of the most significant impacts is on our mental health. Studies consistently show that people who practice positive thinking often experience lower rates of depression and anxiety. It's about building a healthier internal environment.
That makes so much sense, and it really helps with how we tackle problems too. When you approach a challenge with a positive mindset, you're not just hoping for the best, you're actively looking for solutions. It enhances your problem-solving skills because you're more open to possibilities and less overwhelmed by the obstacle itself.
Precisely. And this leads directly to increased resilience. Life will always throw curveballs, but a positive outlook helps us bounce back quicker. We don't dwell on setbacks. Instead, we learn from them and adapt. It's about seeing difficulties as temporary and surmountable.
That ability to bounce back is crucial, and it's not just our mindset benefit. There's a strong connection to our physical well-being as well. Lower stress levels, which often come with a positive mindset, can improve everything from heart health to our immune system. It truly is holistic. Okay, we've covered what positive thinking is and its amazing benefits. Now let's get practical. How can our listeners start cultivating this mindset daily?
Excellent point, Emma. Implementing it is key. One hugely effective strategy is gratitude journaling. Each day, take a few minutes to write down 3 to 5 things you're genuinely grateful for.
It sounds basic, but it truly works. Even on tough days, finding small things, a good cup of coffee, a kind word, can subtly shift your focus. It trains your brain to look for the good.
Absolutely. Another powerful technique is mindful reframing of negative thoughts. When you catch yourself dwelling on something negative, pause, acknowledge it, then deliberately try to see the situation from a different, more constructive angle. Instead of, I failed that task, try, I learned a valuable lesson and I'll approach it differently next time.
That's so important. It's not denying difficulty, but choosing how you interpret it. And finally, consciously choose positive influences. This applies to the people you spend time with and the media you consume.
Indeed. Surround yourself with optimists, people who uplift and inspire you. Limit exposure to negativity, be it news or complaining friends. Your environment profoundly impacts your inner world.
So, by practicing gratitude, reframing thoughts, and curating our environment, we can build that positive muscle. It takes effort, but the rewards are transformative. It's really powerful to hear about these concepts, but sometimes a real-life example truly makes it click, doesn't it?
Absolutely, Emma. We've talked a lot about the how, but let's dive into some when and what happened scenarios. I've always found that personal stories resonate so much more.
They do. I remember a friend of mine, Sarah. She lost her job unexpectedly, which was a huge blow. Initially, she was devastated, as anyone would be, but instead of letting it consume her, she decided to reframe it. She told herself, "This isn't an end, it's a new beginning."
That's a classic example of reframing. What did she do next?
Exactly. She saw it as an opportunity to explore a completely different career path she'd always dreamed about, but never had the courage to pursue. She took online courses, networked like crazy, and within a year, she was thriving in a new field she loved. Her positive outlook didn't make the job loss less painful, but it helped her navigate the adversity and find the better path.
What an inspiring story. It really shows how a shift in perspective can turn a challenge into a launching pad. I've heard similar tales too. Think of someone training for a marathon. There are days when the weather is terrible or they feel utterly exhausted.
Oh, definitely. That mental battle is huge.
Right. If they constantly think, I can't do this, it's too hard, they're much more likely to give up. But the ones who persist often use positive self-talk. I've trained for this. I'm strong. I can push through one more mile. They visualize crossing the finish line, achieving that personal goal. And that belief, that positive reinforcement, actually helps their body keep going. It's a testament to the mind-body connection.
Now, we've talked a lot about cultivating positivity, but it's really important to acknowledge that it's not always easy. Life throws curveballs, and it's okay to have days when you struggle.
Absolutely, Emma. Setbacks happen. The key isn't to be perfectly positive all the time, but to persist and gently guide your mind back when it wanders.
Exactly. And remember, self-compassion is vital. Be kind to yourself through the journey, because that's what it is, a journey. So, as we wrap up today, remember that positive thinking isn't about ignoring challenges, but about facing them with a hopeful, constructive mindset. It truly can improve your mental health, resilience, and even your physical well-being.
Indeed, try incorporating those daily habits like gratitude journaling and mindful reframing. Even small steps can make a significant difference in cultivating that positive outlook. It's a journey, and self-compassion is key.
Exactly. Embrace the power within you to transform your perspective and your life. Thank you so much for tuning into Mindset Matters today.
Yes, thank you for joining us. We look forward to having you with us again on the next episode.